Thank you for your interest in the Speech Sound Dosage Study. I'm Kelly Farquharson, and I'm the primary investigator for this project, which is being run through my research lab, the Children's Literacy and Speech Sound, or CLASS lab, at Florida State University. In this quick video, I'm going to be explaining to you a little bit about the Speech Sound Dosage Study, including eligibility requirements for inclusion, what would exclude someone from participating in this study, and what the primary details of the study include. At the end of this presentation, you will get information about how you can continue if you are interested in this study and how you can contact us to hear more. This project has been reviewed by Florida State University's Institutional Review Board and has received human subjects approval. The human subjects approval number for this project is 2019.27386. The purpose of this study is to explore the details of dosage during speech sound treatment sessions in public schools. We'll examine factors such as the therapy group size, therapy session length, and therapy session frequency when examining the details of dosage. But the most important part of this study is you, our SLP participants. The long-term goal of this line of inquiry is to really understand how to better support school-based SLPs so that they can do the best and most effective interventions. The eligibility requirements for this study are that you are a full-time, school-based SLP in the United States. This could include any school type, including public, private, or charter schools, any age level from kindergarten through 12th grade, and SLPs can work directly for the school district or be contracted to work in the school district. SLPs can be included in this study if you treat children with speech sound disorders. This can be any age or any grade within our K-12 window, and this can also include children who have speech sound disorders and comorbid disorders or disabilities. We will ask for you to report some of that information during data collection. Any information that's reported about children will be completely de-identified on your end. We will never know anything about the children's name, birth date, or any identifying information about the child. In order to be included in the study, you must have access to your phone throughout the day. You must be willing to complete up to 3 one-minute surveys every day for 1 work week, so 5 work days. And you must have or be willing to set up a Gmail account. SLPs will be excluded from participating in this study if they do not work full-time, if they do not provide treatment to children with speech sound disorders, if they do not work in a school-based setting, if they do not have a Gmail account and are not able or willing to create one, and if they cannot access their phone throughout the day. So please also consider whether or not you have cell service and Wi-Fi throughout the day as well. So here's a broad breakdown of the study and your compensation for it. So there are 2 main parts. The first part that you will complete is a brief demographic survey. This survey is 20 minutes and will be administered online via a web-based program called Qualtrics. Information regarding your background, your geographic location, your general practice details such as caseload size and years of experience, and some information about your current job satisfaction. Completion of this survey will get you a $20 Amazon gift card. The second part of the study that really digs into the idea of dosage includes a phone application called PACO. In the dosage surveys, you will complete 1-minute surveys via the PACO app. Information regarding the dynamics of your session will be prompted through the PACO app. You will have a chance to see all of those questions in advance so that you can prepare to respond to the PACO app surveys appropriately. For each survey via the PACO app that is completed, participants can earn $3. Participants will be asked to complete 3 surveys per day for 5 days. That's 3 surveys per day for 5 days. Any participant can complete a maximum of 15 surveys. Earning $3 each, this can earn you up to $45 for the week. That funding is provided to you in the form of an Amazon gift card. So participants in this study can potentially earn up to $65 via an Amazon gift card for completing all surveys. Participation requirements. First, all participants must consent to participate. Because this is an online project, your consent will be obtained through the demographic survey on Qualtrics. Second, we ask all participants to complete a 20-minute demographic survey. Remember, you can earn $20 for completing that survey. Third, you'll sign up for 1 week, 5 workdays, during which you'll participate in the PACO survey app. You can choose any week that works for you between February 3rd, 2020 and May 22nd, 2020. You'll work with one of our talented research assistants to pick a week that works the best for you. Again, any work week that works the best for you works the best for us. During your pre-scheduled week, you'll participate in the PACO survey app. In the next slide, I'll tell you a little bit more about the app, and in the coming slides, I'll also tell you a little bit more about the email communication that you should expect to receive from our research assistants. In the PACO app, you will download this app to your phone, and if you agree to participate in our study, you'll receive a separate and very detailed set of instructions regarding how you can install and use the PACO app. PACO is compatible with both Apple and Android phones. You will be linked to the experiment in the PACO app using your Gmail account. This is why a Gmail account is required. PACO communicates with Gmail accounts. If you don't currently have a Gmail account but are interested in participating in this survey and this study, we would be thrilled if you could consider creating a Gmail account to link to the PACO app. During the day, the PACO app will randomly ping your phone 3 times between the hours of 8 a.m. and 3 p.m. These hours can and should be adjusted to the time window that you work. So for example, if you work from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m., you can adjust that window within PACO. By contrast, if you work from 9 a.m. to 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., you can also adjust that. Details on how to do that are in the separate PACO app instructions that you would receive after agreeing to participate in the study. When the PACO app pings your phone, you'll be presented with the question, in the past 30 minutes, have you finished a therapy session that included a child with a speech sound disorder? When you receive that ping on your phone and you receive that prompt, you will respond either yes or no. If you have not recently seen a child with a speech sound disorder, you'll select no, and then your time with that ping is completed. If you have recently seen a child with a speech sound disorder, you'll select yes, and then you'll see approximately 10 questions regarding the details of your session. For instance, we're going to be asking how many children were in this session. Those questions will be provided to you in advance. So you can print them out, you can read them, and you'll be prepared to answer them. For every ping, you will see the exact same questions every time, 3 times a day, 5 days a week, for 1 week. This is an example of what the PACO app will look like on your phone. So the icon that is associated with the PACO app is a little dog. And you will see the very first question here that is, in the past 30 minutes, have you finished a therapy session that included a child with a speech sound disorder? If you say yes, you'll be prompted to respond to a series of questions. For instance, how many children were in the therapy session? How many other children in the therapy session were working on speech sound production? How long was the therapy session? Time in minutes. We'll then ask you to think about just one of the kids in the therapy session, and think about that kid as your target child. We'll ask you to tell us what sound that child was working on, how many times a week you see that child, how you would rate that child's severity, and how many trials or opportunities did the target child have to practice their speech sound production. This is one of the most important questions of the survey because this is actually getting at dosage. This is helping us understand the saturation of opportunities that a child has to practice their speech sound production in a given therapy session. So that question is one of the most important ones for you to answer. There may be other questions in the PACO app for you to answer along the way. However, your participation in the PACO app survey should take 1 minute or less every time. You'll also get email communication from our lab. Once you schedule your week to participate in the PACO app with our lab, you will receive several emails from our research assistants. 1 week before your pre-scheduled PACO week, you'll receive an email reminder. If you need to reschedule, you can reply to that email and a research assistant will work with you to reschedule. We understand that things happen, and certainly being a school-based SLP is a very busy job. So if you need to reschedule, please do so. The Friday before your pre-scheduled PACO week, you'll receive another email reminder. The Monday morning of your PACO week, you'll receive a final reminder email. To any of these reminder emails, please feel free to let us know if you need to reschedule. If you don't need to reschedule, we'll assume that we'll be able to see you on PACO during your scheduled week. The Friday afternoon of your PACO week, so this is once you are done with your 5 days with PACO, you'll receive a thank you email. And within 2 weeks after you've completed your PACO week, you'll receive a final email from us letting us know we will tell you how many PACO surveys that you completed, and you'll receive a link to your Amazon gift card in the appropriate dollar amount. If you're still interested, please email classlabfsu@gmail.com. Within 48 hours, you'll receive a link to the demographic survey, a link to instructions for how to download PACO and how to join the experiment, a link to a copy of the consent form from the demographic survey for your records, and a link to the human subjects approval document from Florida State University. You'll receive this information within 48 hours during the work week and within 72 hours on weekends. Please do also connect with us. We're active on social media. You can find us on Instagram at classlab_FSU, on Facebook at Literacy Speech, Twitter at Literacy Speech, and our website, classlab.cci.fsu.edu. Our website has freely available publications and other resources, and we'd love for you to visit the website and to check those out. Thanks again for your interest in the dosage study, and we look forward to seeing you on PACO.